Peace, everybody. What's good? This is the boy, Coach Malachi Williams, and you are now tuned to New Media Today USA Boxing. Let's go! All right, everybody, look. I'm going to get straight to the goddamn point. Now, as it relates to the Alphabet Boys of Deontay Wilder, I'm jumping right into it. I'm not going to waste any time. Reality has finally set in on both of them that Tyson the Gypsy King Fury and Anthony knock him out the box. Joshua, the fight is going down in July. They're going to have 2 fights this year. The reality has finally set in. Now, why am I shooting this video? I know I haven't shot one in a while. The reason why I'm shooting this video is because Deontay Wilder, well, really not Wilder, but the Alphabet Boy community has been spewing a lot of lies, fake news, and false propaganda lately, saying that, hey, listen, Deontay Wilder is in control of the heavyweight division, and he is going to stop this mammoth, massive, huge, gigantic fight between Anthony knock him out the box Joshua and Tyson the Gypsy King Fury from going down. Now that the venues have been agreed upon between these 2 British heavyweights, now that it looks like everything is going through and going forward, now they are trying to change their narrative. Now reality is finally sitting in, especially with Blue Bloods Sports TV. Let me stop calling Blue Balls because I have a lot of respect for Blue. I really do. I like Blue. Out of the entire LDBC, Blue is the one that I like the most. The rest of them, I really don't care too much about, to be honest with you. I'm not just being factual. I don't care nothing about the LDBC, but I do like Blue. So I'm going to start putting a little bit more respect on his name. But when he started pushing these conspiracy theories and talking this false, fake propaganda, pushing Deontay Wilder, I have to check him. Anybody can get it. I can be down with you. I can be all right with you. But you can get it too. And guess what? I can get it as well. If you feel like I'm offline or off track, you want to come at me, go ahead. I invite it. Now, let me get back on the topic. As I was saying, reality has finally set in that this fight is going down. Remember all that we was hearing from those Alphabet Boys that, Deontay Wilder is controlling the heavyweight division. He's blocking this, he's blocking that. He ain't blocking a damn thing. Now, I want to say all that to say this. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury had a rematch clause in the first fight. Do you guys remember this? When Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fought to a draw back in 2018, Deontay Wilder had an immediate rematch with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury said, no. I don't want to fight the rematch right now. I need to have a couple of tune-up fights. He allowed Tyson Fury to have a couple of tune-up fights, and Deontay Wilder went and had a couple of fights. He fought Old Man Ortiz and Dominique Brazil, and then they went on ahead, and I think he eventually ended up fighting Tyson Fury, right? Remember that. Now, in this particular situation, Deontay Wilder did have a rematch clause for a 3rd fight with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury does what he does best. He walked away from the fight. That's what he does. Facts. Now, Tyson Fury signed an agreement to fight Anthony Joshua. That contract was signed back in March, last month. Now the fight is fixing to go down. They thought Eddie Hearn was going to be able to pull through. Eddie Hearn came through. Fast Eddie came through. Bob Arum didn't do nothing. Frank Warren didn't do nothing. John Fury didn't do nothing. The Fury camp didn't do nothing. Guess who did it? Eddie Hearn. Anthony Joshua's team. Management team. You can't forget about Anthony Joshua because he played a big role in this himself, right? So this is what happened. But Eddie Hearn was the one who came through. Fast Eddie was the one who came through. When all of the Tyson Fury fans said that Eddie Hearn ain't gonna do this, Eddie Hearn ain't gonna do that, yada, 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 guess who came through? Eddie Hearn. So all you Tyson Fury fans, you owe Eddie Hearn an apology. But your pride won't allow you to do that because you're too much fanboy of Tyson Fury. But that's neither here nor there. As it relates to Deontay Wilder fanboys, you said that this stuff was not going to happen. It's happening. Reality is finally sitting in. Blue Blood said that, it does appear now that this fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is going down, and they are aiming for the summer, July. But Tyson Fury still has an arbitration, with Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder is owed a 3rd fight. I don't have a problem with Tyson Fury honoring his contract and fighting Deontay Wilder, but just hold on for a minute. Let this undisputed heavyweight championship go down between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua happen first. You waited the last time when you fought him the first time. When you fought Fury the first time, Wilder, what did you do? you allowed Fury to go ahead and have 2 fights and then fight you again in 2020. Do you remember that, guys? A lot of people are not talking about that. What's the urgency that they have to come back and fight right now, right away? No. Wilder, you need to go fight other people. You got a whole bunch of bums in the LDB, and not the LDBC, but the PBC that you can fight. You can fight Ortiz again for a trilogy match. You see what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure the fans will love to see that. You can fight Dominique Brazil for a rematch. I'm pretty sure your fans will love to see that. Hell, you can fight Charles Martin. Charles Martin's waiting on you. Hell, you can wait to fight Andy Ruiz after he get rid of Chris Arreola. You see what I'm saying? You have other options. The PBC has plenty of bum heavyweights that you can fight. You see what I'm saying? A whole bunch of them. Now, Charles Martin's not a bum. Dominique Brazil is not a bum. Andy Ruiz is not a bum. But they have a whole bunch of other fighters you can fight. You can fight Spilko again. You can fight him again. All I'm saying is this here. For the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world, this fight is massive. This has to go down. This is going to be the biggest fight in boxing, period. There's not a fight in boxing that can be made that's going to be bigger than this fight. Now, in the U.S., there might be other fights that might be bigger than this fight in the U.S., you know what I mean? But the U.S. is one country. You have a whole bunch of countries around the world that want to see this fight. So if you got 20, 30 countries that want to see this fight, or 15 to 20 countries that want to see this fight, and you have one country that don't want to see this fight, guess what? 20 outweigh 1 any day of the week, as far as I'm concerned. But there's a lot of people in the U.S. that want to see this fight. You want to know why? Because we want to see undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I will say this for Blue. Blue, reality is finally setting in for you. Deontay Wilder did an interview, and he came out and he spoke, and he talked about the politics that's going on in boxing. He talks about different managers and different promotional companies and different sanctioning bodies. They want to see this fight happen because he was trying to stop it, right? And he's upset with that. I understand why he's upset, because he was told by the Alphabet Boys that he was in control of the heavyweight division. But remember what I said, guys, I've been consistent. You're trying to tell me that this one fighter is in control of all of these millionaires who got all of this money and big, powerful sanctioning bodies and stuff like that. He's in control of all of these guys, right? This is what you're trying to tell me. Come to find out, he's not in control. He doesn't have that kind of power. No fighter in the sport of boxing has that kind of power. No fighter in the history of boxing has ever had that kind of power. Fighters come a dime a dozen. Some come along, that's great. You can get them out the way and bring some more up. You see what I'm saying? When Terrence Crawford retires or Errol Spence leaves, guess what? You got Bruce Ennis and Virgil Ortiz and Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez that's going to come up. You see what I'm saying? And Nigel Bean. You said not Nigel Bean, Conor Bean. You see what I'm saying? So guess what? Fighters come a dime a dozen. But the sport of boxing is going to be here, regardless of whether Deontay Wilder is twerking, fighting, or staying home chilling. Regardless of whether the LDBC continue to shoot videos, spitting out fake news, false narratives, propaganda, it doesn't matter. The Alphabet Boys, you remind me of CNN. CNN is a propaganda news network. Communist news network, right? They're a propaganda news network, right? So now, you remind me of them. All you do is spit out propaganda. Everything you do is fake. Everything you do is not real. So I get that. I understand. You want to see your king fight again. I get it. You want your king from Wakanda to fight again. I want to see him fight again because I like Deontay Wilder, contrary to popular belief, right? I fell out with Deontay Wilder when he started bringing race into the issue. You guys know, I used to be a professional race baiter myself. My mother, in the Nation of Islam, my mother was a Black Panther. I was a professional race hustler, so I know what that means. I used to have a lot of hatred in my heart for people who was other than Black Americans. So I know what that means. I thank God he saved me from that foolishness, and I'm not like that anymore. So when I hear the Alphabet Boys always spewing race, and I hear Deontay Wilder saying that Eddie Hearns is a slave master and he's pimping Anthony Joshua, because Eddie Hearns is white. But you got 2 white managers. You got Shelley Bullwinkle and you got Jay Deas, who allowed you to almost get killed in the ring that night. You see what I'm saying? So now, the pot calling the kettle black is really something else. But let's push that aside for a minute and let's address this quote-unquote cheating. Now, Deontay Wilder said that he believed that Tyson Fury had air weights in his gloves. Okay, cool. The Alphabet Boys were sending Sugar Hill death threats. The Alphabet Boys were sending Mark Breland death threats. And they said that he sold Deontay Wilder out and he was the turncoat, he was the snake. Okay, well, let's riddle me this, Batman. If Tyson Fury did cheat, let's see how I run with that. Let's see how I run when he had air weights in his gloves, he had metal in his gloves. Wouldn't you be happy that Mark Breland threw the towel in and saved this man's life? If he put a dent in the side of your head with metal in his gloves, if he would have continued to take punishment, what if your skull would have crashed into your brain and you would have dropped dead that night? Why you Alphabet Boys not addressing that? Why are you banging on another black man and Mark Breland over this foolishness because this fool couldn't handle the fact that he lost and got his ass whooped? Explain that to me. You see what I'm saying? This is what pisses me off with Blue Blood Sports TV, because he never addressed that. If you believe that Tyson Fury cheated and had egg weights in his gloves, and you believe that Deontay Wilder had a dent in the side of his head because Tyson Fury cheated, why are you not saying that Mark Breland did a good job by stopping the fight because you don't want to see your king get killed? You see what I'm saying? Someone need to address Blue on this here. And what I didn't like about what Kurt did in that interview, Kurt should have brought that up. When Kurt and Blue was having this, not a debate, but a disagreement about Deontay Wilder. He should have brought that up. If I ever get an interview with Blue, and I'm not petitioning for no interview with nobody. Because one thing about Coach Malachi Williams, I don't dick ride. I don't do no dick riding. You see what I'm saying? I ain't begging nobody who have a lot of subscribers for an interview. Not me. I don't do that. If you rock with me, you rock with me. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. Guess what? I'm going to get mine regardless. But I say all that to say this. If I ever had an interview with him, that's what I'm going to press him on. I will press him or any of the LDBCites on that. And I know what he's going to say, because this is what I do understand. One who controls the circumference of your knowledge controls the diameter of your thinking. So if y'all know where you get your knowledge from, I know who where your thinking is coming from. And I go to the root of the issue. So I know how to attack that. It's very easy. Very easy to attack that and debunk all this stuff. Deontay Wilder did not say, hey, listen, Tyson Fury cheated. I'm going to make sure I get my belt back. And that's what you should have did. You should be petitioning to get Tyson Fury stripped of the belt because he cheated you. He had metal in his gloves, according to you. But you're not suing for that. You're saying that, hey, I want to try to get my trilogy match. But guess what? The arbitration is for a financial settlement. The arbitration is not to force a third fight. The arbitration is for money. You want money. And there's nothing wrong with that, baby boy. There's nothing wrong with that, baby boy. But I say all that to say this. I'm making a valid point. I'm making a real valid point. You got rid of Mark Breland because he saved your life from getting your ass killed that night. If you really believe that the man had a metal object in his glove and he dented your head, guess what? He saved your life from your skull getting crushed even more. So why did you throw him under the bus, the black man, when you're supposed to be pro-black, but you got this white Jay Deas in your corner? Still to this day, you got him in your corner. And you shitted on Mark Breland. You see what I'm saying? Now, let me go ahead and finish this up and address this some more. As it relates to the Alphabet Boys, Blue Bloods in particular, Fannon in particular, Jabba the Hutt in particular, Boxing No Ego in particular, Drew the Midget in particular, I want all the smoke. Because when it comes to this particular issue, you guys are not only wrong, but you're dead wrong. You see what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter. The fight is going down. I don't give a damn what Boxing No Ego says. You can sit back and make all your videos and try to, mimic other people's voices and sound like them. That's cool and dandy, baby boy. That's cool and dandy. Stay over there in Oakland, California. I think you're a mulatto. You got, you mixed with something. You're a mulatto because you ain't 100% this. You see what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. I ain't even worried about that. Skin color, skin complexion, all that stuff there. I don't do race baiting. But all I'm saying is this here. Stick to the facts of the matter. Answer these questions. If you really believe that Fury had egg weights in his gloves, why did you throw Mark Breland under the bus? But let's jump off that topic. Me answering that one question right there destroyed your whole narrative. I did it real quickly. You see what I'm saying? No one is talking about this but me. No one has addressed it but me like this here. You see what I'm saying? And I'm very passionate about what I do. This is why I'm sweating right now, right? So now I say all that to say this. The reality is set in that your narrative has been debunked, blowed up, and the fight is going down. Your king, Deontay Wilder, has no power in the heavyweight division. He has no power. He ain't controlling nothing. You see what I'm saying? So stop all them lies and madness. Deontay Wilder, my advice to you is charge it to the game, get your ass back in the ring, stop twerking, and find out who you're going to fight next. Because you're not fighting Tyson Fury next. Now, I will say this. Deontay Wilder does deserve a third match with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury signed that contract. Tyson Fury is supposed to honor that contract. And he has to honor that contract. I do agree with that. Just not right now. If you fought him the first time in 2018 and you allowed him to have 2 more fights in between the rematch of the second fight, then you can allow him to have 2 more fights to fight Anthony Joshua until you have your third match with him. What's the difference? You see what I'm saying? All that trying to get in the way, baller blocking, trying to ball a block, stop another man from becoming undisputed heavyweight champion of the world when you had an opportunity to become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Tyson Fury used you, Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury used you and he pimped you to raise his status up, to put him in the position to make the highest payday of his life. Tyson Fury hustled you. Not only did he hustle you, he went in the ring and he dominated you because everybody knew that you was a limited fighter. You were limited. You only have one hand. You don't throw jabs. You don't go to the body. Your uppercuts are weak. You see what I'm saying? You don't throw left hooks. You are a limited fighter. You dependent on one hand and you don't train. Your training, you don't do training. You on video saying that you don't do a lot of training tactics that other fighters do. There's no way you can continue to get away with that when you are fighting an elite fighter like Tyson Fury. Now, I say all that to say this. Deontay Wilder, I want to see you come back. I would love to become a fan of yours once again. Once I see that you're not twerking anymore. Once I see that you ain't with all that race baiting. Once I see that you check your Alphabet Boy community. Because they need to be checked and they need to be spanked. You know what I mean? And I'm the man that do it, the LDBC killer. You see what I'm saying? As I said before, I don't like internet gangsters. That's why I don't like Jabba the Hutt. Talk all tough, like you gonna do this and do that. You and Drew the Midget, y'all ain't gonna do nothing. You are YouTube content creators, just like I am. We are all content creators. So let's stick to making content and stop trying to talk tough like y'all gangsters, because you clearly not. Gangsters don't make YouTube videos talking about boxing. Gangsters don't do that. So let's put that aside. Deontay Wilder, get back in the ring, sir. Get back in the ring. I take my hat off to you, brother. I love Deontay Wilder, but I have to criticize you when you're wrong. I have to, because no one gets to pass. You had an opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua a few years ago, but you blowed it, listening to Shelly Bullwinkle, listening to Al Heyman, and listening to the Alphabet Boy community. You made it a racial thing. You tried to make it racial. You had an opportunity to get paid $120 million for a 3-fight deal from the Zone. And like the fool you are, you walked away from that. To this day, I know you regret that. Listening to Blue Balls, listening to Shelly Bullwinkle, listening to Al Heyman. You trying to be, listen, a 3-fight deal, $120 million. Do you know how pretty you'll be sitting right now? And you tried to freeze Anthony Joshua out. You and Tyson Fury. You thought you and Tyson Fury had a pack, huh? You thought Tyson Fury was your road dog, huh? You thought Tyson Fury was your boy, huh? Turned to find out he used you to put himself in the position to make the biggest payday of his life. How do you feel? You feel stupid right now. And you should feel stupid right now. You should disown the Alphabet Boy community because they were pushing this narrative, hyping your head up, got you twerking and all this stuff there. And now Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is fixing to have this big payday fight. 2 of them. You see what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua, it's a must, brother, that you win this first fight. I'm rooting for Anthony Joshua to knock the Gypsy King out. We got to send him back to the UK with his tail tucked between his legs. You get your first loss. You are not an unbeatable fighter. You can be beat. You have fought lesser opponents and they almost beat you. You fought lesser opponents and some people say John McDermott beat you the first fight. Oda Wallin split you. You see what I'm saying? So you are not an unbeatable fighter. You can be beat. You see what I'm saying? And you will be beat when you fight Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, we need the killer. That's what we need. And I believe in you. I believe that when you fight the Gypsy Queen this time, for the first time, you're going to get his ass. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't care nothing about him training with Sugar Hill. I love Sugar Hill. I love Sugar Hill. Oh yeah, another thing. Drew the Midget, Fagnon, you guys were making videos talking about, oh, Tyson Fury fired Drew the Midget. Tyson Fury fired Sugar Hill. He didn't fire Sugar Hill. Him and Sugar Hill is back training. He didn't fire him. You was hoping and wishing that. You see what I'm saying? This is what happened when you jump the gun and you start jumping the gun. You guys have terrible sources. If your sources was good, you would not be seeing some of the things that you're saying in your videos that you're making. You have terrible sources. And you're spitting out fake news and false propaganda. You just like the mainstream media. You lie all the time and you make stuff up. It is not substantiated by any facts. You are a narrative-based, opinionated YouTube creators. Content creators on Sport of Boxing. That's what you are. And you bring it like it's facts. To the Alphabet Boy community fan base, you are stupid. You are dumb. If you are a follower of the Alphabet Boy community and I offend you by what I'm saying, good, I intend to. I don't like you. I don't need you. I don't want you. I don't need no, listen guys, listen. I'm not here to make friends. I got a whole bunch of friends, dog. I got a whole bunch of friends. I'm good. I'm good. I don't do this for super chats. You see what I'm saying? I am not a race hustler. I hate race hustlers. I hate them. It has no room in the sport of boxing. Don King was good at it. You see what I'm saying? He was a good businessman, but he was good at it. You know what I mean? I come from that background, baby boy. Come from that background. I got over 30 years of that foolishness. Thank God I got that out of my system. 47 years old, I'm too old for the games. I don't play. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? I don't roll with no clicks. You see what I'm saying? I roll with me, Coach Malachi Williams. That's who I am. I stand on my own 2 feet. That's what I do. Now, reality has set in on the Alphabet Boys. I know you're upset. I know you're mad. Now, as I said before, Deontay Wilder does deserve this 3rd fight with Tyson Fury. We know Tyson Fury ain't shit. We know Tyson Fury is a liar. We know Tyson Fury don't keep his word. We know this. He has a history of signing contracts and pulling out fights. This is what he does. He admitted that he's a liar. He admitted that you never know when he's lying and telling the truth. He admitted that. I understand that, Deontay Wilder. And you should be upset about that. You're not wrong for that, brother. You're not wrong for that. But I say all that to say this. Deontay Wilder, sit on the sideline, fight somebody else. You're going to get your 3rd match with Tyson Fury if he doesn't retire. This is why I say that Anthony Joshua has to win this 1st fight. You got to look at this 1st fight like this is going to be the only fight. Because Tyson Fury, if he beats you, Anthony Joshua, he will retire. Because he's scared if he get in the ring with you again, you may finish him the 2nd time. So you have to win this 1st fight in order to ensure that the Gypsy King will come back and fight you for the second fight. If you lose the 1st fight, Anthony Joshua, he will retire. I can guarantee you that. You see what I'm saying? I can guarantee you that. Now, Sugar Hill is going to teach him the crunk style and all that stuff there. That's good, cool, and dandy. But guess what? He got to get in the ring and execute that. Anthony Joshua is not Deontay Wilder. Everybody is saying that Tyson Fury is going to beat Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is the underdog. If you know anything about me, I always pull for the underdog. I always pull for underdogs. You want to know why? Because when people think that you can't do something and you prove them wrong, it makes them look like egg in their face. So I'm rooting for Anthony Joshua. I know that over here in the U.S., Deontay Wilder and the Alphabet Boys are saying that, hey, Tyson Fury is going to beat Anthony Joshua because they hate Anthony Joshua that much. They hate Anthony Joshua that much. You see what I'm saying? And I understand that, baby boy. The man worth 100 million pounds. When you worth that kind of money, you're going to have haters. And like my mama always told me, you know what I mean? If you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing nothing. If you don't have any haters, you ain't doing nothing. I have haters. You know what I mean? I have people who was all right with me and they fell out with me. Guess what? I don't care. Because I'm not lonely for a conversation. I'm not lonely for friendship. You see what I'm saying? I don't roll with a click. I don't roll with clicks. And I don't dick ride. I don't do that. That's one thing Betty Jean's son don't do. My mama Betty Jean taught me well. Betty Jean's son don't do that. You see what I'm saying? Now, Alphabet Boy, Blue in particular, Fag 9 in particular, Jabba the Hutt in particular, Judah Midget in particular, Boxing No Ego in particular, your whole little crew, your congregation, so to speak. What are you going to say now when you see this fight happen in July? When you see this fight happen this summer, are you going to change your narrative? Are you going to apologize to your slow-ass Alphabet Boy community? Are you going to say, hey, look, we was wrong? No, you're not going to say we was wrong because your pride won't let you say that. You're looking real stupid right now. You see what I'm saying? And you're going to look even more stupid. And like Mr. T say, I pity you fools. I really do pity you guys because you are the slowest boxing community probably in the history of boxing. Once again, if I offend you who watching this video from the Alphabet Boy community, I do not care. I mean to offend you. You are supposed to be offended and you are supposed to be upset. Like the video, don't like the video, I don't care. You see what I'm saying? Because I mean what I say and I say what I mean. The reality is set in, the smoke is clear, and we will have an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world this year. Hopefully, it's going to be Anthony knock him out the box. Joshua. Other than that, this is our boy Coach Malachi Williams, representing for New Media Today, USA. Boxing and peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on.